we want to just start with any open-ended message to the bishops presenting it to the office of the USCCB.
Awesome. Okay. Well, dear bishops, we need your leadership and your strength more than ever. We need your courage, especially in your boldness. This is unprecedented times, as you know, and we're counting on you to lead us to Christ.
You know, through knowing and learning about the saints and seeing all of, our history, we're fighters. We are crusaders. We are not afraid of what we face in the world.
On my end, I'm really pleading and asking, and I know with thousands, if not millions, of other Catholics here in the diocese that we would really like these churches to be opened. I've been starving, me personally, I've been starving for the sacraments for the last few months.
Well, to the bishops, I believe it would be important for churches to open up and provide the sacraments in a safe and organized manner. As you're seeing here at Sacred Heart Chapel, there is a manner to be safe and organized going about it in a way that we're able to work with the civil governments and still provide people with the spiritual benefits they need and they're entitled to.
This message is for our bishops. We thank you for letting me speak to you, and I just wanted to humbly tell you that you're in good company. So many saints, so many martyrs of our faith have been faced with fear and have overcome it. And I beg and ask and plead for you to also overcome that fear and put faith first. Please, please reopen our church and show the world there's nothing more essential than the sacraments.
Your Excellency, my name is David Mori, and I am attempting to reach out to ask you to that if we be reopen to having communion either outside. We can follow the the distancing just as they do in the supermarkets.
Yeah.
So if if they're doing it in the supermarkets, why not in the church? It's the same idea.
Saying we don't need it. Actually, we do, because that's how even though God is all merciful and He's everywhere, then why we need the sacraments in the first place? Anybody just can have online mass. It's just no point. And when everything comes back to normal, do you think that people are going to go back to mass? I don't think so. They're just going to say, oh, I have online mass.
My name is Terry Barber. We're here at Sacred Heart Chapel in downtown Covina. Hundreds of people have come this week to go to confession. Our priests have been zealous coming and hearing confessions from the Anglican Ordinariate and the Melkite Rite. And I just want to commend them for that, because as Bishop Sheen says, if souls are saved, everything is saved. If souls aren't saved, nothing is saved. Think about souls right now who have gone to confession. If for some reason they died in a car accident and they had just gone to confession, well, you know what that means. Probably living in the state of grace, and they get to go to heaven.
Do you celebrate Mass at home?
Well, actually, I'm part of online streaming, so I go to daily mass.
Oh, wow. Do you celebrate Mass at home?
We do.
Yeah, we've been streaming it. We've done a few through the cathedral, and that's been wonderful, but the absence of the Eucharist in our lives has made this time really difficult.
Do you guys kneel and bow when you're doing Mass? Yeah.
In front of a laptop, standing and kneeling and trying to do as much as we can to be as close as we can.
So you bow over the...
Yeah, we definitely
Does it
do.
feel kind of silly?
It does, but no, because I feel like we're doing as much as we can and showing Christ that we love Him, and as much as we can control, we will.
Thank God for St. Alphonsus Liguori, prayers of spiritual communion, but to be able to receive the body and blood, soul, and divinity of Christ within our bodies. The fact of the incarnation, right, is that the Word, the Lord made flesh, and to receive Him in the Eucharist is like nothing else.
So, are you celebrating Mass at home?
I'm celebrating Mass as much as I can, but this is kind of tough, or you're leaving yourself as bait for the evil one like this.
What would you say to a priest or bishop who won't administer the sacraments because they do have that fear of getting sick?
I would say I understand their fear, but I would say that we should be more concerned for our souls than our bodies.
Fear is okay, but as you are our spiritual leaders, our shepherds, to lean into that fear, to lean into faith first, and then so that we can follow your example. And as though, and then you're laying down your life for us, and then maybe remind you of your pastoral call, of your vocation. We implore you to lead us back to Christ.
Not in any disrespect, but then I don't think you understand your ministry.
Has your local priest made any attempt to make the sacraments available?
No.
Unfortunately, no.
The priest that you're helping stream, has he made any attempts to make the sacraments available?
No, he has not.
Have your local priest made any attempt to get the sacraments available?
No, unfortunately, their attempts have been to put it online, and we thank them for that, but that's as far as it has gone.
I even tried to bring in people to volunteer to do online streaming, and I was rejected by the person in charge.
Have your local priest made any attempt to make any sacraments available?
At all.
Not since the shutdown. I go to St. Teresa in Alhambra, and they tried to hold mass and offer the sacraments up until the Bishop Gomez and made all the churches shut down pretty much.
If the lockdown had commenced, everything was the same. Only change was that mass was available on Sundays. Would you still go to church?
Of course. One thing that we really miss is our adoration. We were going on weekly adoration, and we went to a perpetual one in St. Gregory's in Whittier because they're there 24/7, and we were doing that, making our holy hour, and that was closed down too.
And if churches were to open tomorrow, would you have any fear of getting sick?
No.
Everything was exactly the same except you could go to church on Sundays. Would you guys go to church?
Of course.
You wouldn't be afraid of getting sick?
No.
No.
There's always a chance.
There's-
There's nothing's 100% safe.
There's always a chance, but we're both in really good health, and so we wouldn't consider ourselves high risk. So yeah.
People have been pretty cautious of others too.
Yes, absolutely. And I think with a lot of our churches are so big that a lot of that spacing we would be happy to do, you know.
So if mass was available tomorrow, you guys would be there?
Yes.
Church on Sundays, would you guys still go to church?
Every day, every mass that I could have been able to go to, I would have, because I know that that's what keeps my soul is more important than my body.
Getting sick at church, does that affect you in any way?
No, I still can go to Costco. I can go to Target, at Walmart. My husband is still going to work. I'm not afraid of that. I'm not called to be afraid of the things that the world tells me to be afraid of. I'm afraid of my soul being lost. I'm afraid of the attacks I have because I'm not getting the graces that I need.
If the lockdown had taken place, everything was exactly the same, except the churches had remained open, would you have gone to church out of fear of going sick?
I don't care. I was listening to St. John Bosco, this movie where he worked with delinquents, and during the plague, none of them got sick. So also during this pandemic, I'm also part of a new ministry where we deliver foods to those who need it. We grocery shop and we deliver to seniors, homebound, people are furloughed. So we have masks, we have protection. I mean, even my friend Wayne, he delivered to people who had COVID, but we are protecting ourselves, and I don't see that anywhere else. They have like drive-through pantries, but there's only once, but we work every day after our online streaming mass.
And you still haven't gotten sick?
No, not sick.
Alright, thanks.
My faith is strong.
The priests didn't quarantine themselves. Would you have still gone to church?
Yeah.
You wouldn't be afraid of getting sick?
No. It's this life is short, but God is eternal, and we're pilgrims on a journey, and this is not the end. This is just the means.
And if churches were to be open tomorrow, would you go?
I would go. I would walk there on my knees because I have learned through this experience that I took the mass for granted, and I've never in my life imagined that I would be without the sacraments.
So we're doing this even at the risk of knowing that some people are going to say, you can't be doing this, it's wrong. Well, canon law says that all the canons of the church are based on this. the salvation of souls. That's why we here at Virgin Most Powerful Radio are doing this today. And we're going to do it in the future because we're hoping that more churches will open as soon as possible, because I think we're forgetting about the supernatural life, the salvation of souls, and working too much on having our healthy bodies here in this short life. Because you know what? Last time I looked, nobody gets out alive. Life is short and eternity is forever. God bless you.